but you sharing two famous names, how have you evolved your branding, your presence to try and make space for Mike Jordan, knowing that there's a Michael and a Michael B?
Well, that's a really great question. I am 46 years old. I've when Michael Jeffrey Jordan, the basketball player, was a very self-admittedly terrible basketball player who could not make the junior varsity in his school in middle school. I was being born, so I was not born and named for Michael Jordan, the basketball player. As I remember Michael Jordan becoming a thing when I was a kid, and I went from being the super nerd that was just weird and whose mom was clearly dressing him, and a lot of rayon. I don't know if anybody remembers Parker Lewis Can't Lose. I'm really dating myself now, but it was a lot of rayon and a lot of really oversized but very well creased pants. And then Michael Jordan became a thing, and then everyone's like, Mike, why don't you have some Jordans? Why don't you get some Jordans? MJ. And I'm like, oh, I'm cool now. No thanks to me actually being cool, thanks to his arrival. But my name is Michael B. Jordan. So as my journalism career started, that was my niche. It was Michael B. Jordan. I'll even show everyone if you can see this. This is my card, and you see the Jordan logo with a briefcase, a tie, and there's a pen. That guy's holding it. And on the back of that card, this is probably in reverse, but it says Michael B. Jordan. That card outdates the career of the actor Michael B. Jordan. I've had that byline before he came along. And then all of a sudden, because I remember being like, who is this kid on The Wire on HBO who's got my name when I was watching the credits? His name was Wallace on the show, but his real name was Michael B. Jordan. And I was a little mad about that. Next thing I know, he was in the Rocky spinoff Creed, and he was very shiny and obviously an adherent to personal fitness in a way that I'm not. And I knew I'd better change my byline because to this very conversation, when he became a thing, I started to look up my own stories to see if I could find them, and I was nowhere near page one. And if I did the quotation marks, Michael plus Jordan plus journalism, I was doing every SEO trick that I could use. I could not find my stories because Google was like, no, sir, no, young man, you are not Michael B. Jordan. Even if that's your name, you're not him. We'll put you way down here. And so it changed my byline to Mike Jordan just so that I would show up in Google search. So very good question, relevant to this conversation. Yep.